Hello, viewers and subscriber. Welcome once again. The new screencast. Those the screencast, the continuation of the my previous screencast. As far you already know, we already started the screencast number 42 based on the how can you start the Java programming or how can you start the object-oriented programming concept and how can you start the object-oriented based programming language to get it to learn, and then how can you start the development for software development based on the any OOP object-oriented programming languages. That was the idea for the very beginning. If you saw the our channels, we have many software development applications based on the some software development is done by the desktop based, and many software application and then development done by the web applications. Mean we have some web application, we have desktop application, we have some web application means the lot of microservice developments, implementation and configurations and installation of the client process, all things. And then and then we have some examples or so many examples like how can you start the desktop software development based on the Java and other technology. And this is the one of the screencasts that we are continuing. This is the number screencast number 42 that I said. Java beginners to professionals. We have already here for only three screencasts: how the Java EE, Java Standard Edition, Java SE, and Java ME, and those all things together, and how the meaning of the on the Java JRE, and then JRE and SDK and JVM and as JVM and SDK, all the definition, the concept, how can you start, just follow those screencasts and you got the idea how can you start the Java programming with the different level of the Java programming. If it's standard edition programming, or it's like Java Enterprise Edition or the mobile platform. But basically we try to cover here Java SE and Java EE, depending what type of application or software you try to develop and then implement those softwares. That was the idea for this beginning code, because as I said, from our channel there's many examples for the enterprise level applications. We already finish it and developments lot of application, but for the beginners and those students, they need some very beginning understanding or beginning the screencast. Then they can get it clearly how can they start the Java programming, how can they install the Java, and how can they start all the features and functionalities for the from the object oriented programming. That's the idea for this screencast. So last time we did the initial introduction about SE, ME, EE, and ME, and also the ZHRE and SDK and JVM and so on so forth. And let's just follow that one. Today I try to continue how can you install the Java, and how can you um, run the how can you download the Java, from where you can download the Java, and how can you install the JDK, and after the installation of JDK, and how can you set the Java path and class path, and how can you set the environmental variables. This is the settings I will show you together. We start this one, and after the download, installation, and all the settings, the environmental variables, and we will make some hello world application with very starting points for the Java, and we will try to integrate or start the development with Eclipse, and I will show you in Eclipse and also the IntelliJ. How can you start the projects with the Eclipse and IntelliJ or other any IDE, integrated development environment. So let's have our presentation part, what we mean, how can you cover it, this one. So this is our presentation part. As I said, we cover already the different type of Java programmings like SC, EE, and ME. Just you can go the previous screencast and you got the clear idea. We have many examples in the channels from the different Java SC and Java EE application. EE means that you try to implement the enterprise application basically in the web application. SE means a standard edition, means you are trying to develop the desktop application. That's basic, very basic understanding. So we define the Java SE, EE, ME, and then some technical issues about the core technical issues about Java. Java Development Kit and Java Virtual Machine JVM and Software Development Kit and so on and so forth. And we compare the JDK and ZHari and JVM, and this is the basic concept of the object-oriented programming. I put it like very abstract level information, object, class, inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, scale, and encapsulations, all things together. This will be I will when I start the programming, we will cover every part of the implementation, maybe more coverage. So today we try to cover like how can you install the Java and how can you set the environmental variables for path and the class path, and installation checks means is it properly Java is installed in your local machines, and then start Java with Eclipse or IntelliJ. This was the idea for today. So what we need first to download the Java. So let's open the browser. We see if you go to in the browser, you see the Java version is there. So you can download which Java version you try to download or install to because you know the Java is now 14 is running and new versions and 14, and we try to start the programming with the Java 8, and then after that if those you have Java 8 or maybe the base level base versions of Java, and then you can also start with the Java 13, 14 and upcoming one depending which versions you try to use in Java. But we already did it with Java 8. You can also upgrade the Java version, what version you need. So just you go to the Oracle and Java page and the download which operating system you have. You have a Linux based Linux systems, you have Mac, and then Solaris, and then also you have Windows. Basically we try to program it, or we try to install or program it with the Windows systems, and they had two different bit systems, 632 and 64 bytes. Just you see the exe files for the Windows, and other operating system has a different tar files or RMP files depending on which operating systems you try to use it or you are used in the Europe or OS system operating systems. So the user simply click these versions, download this one, and this is the download completed, and then you can go to your local directory. Just I already did it, this download, just click it and it's downloaded into your local systems, and then you can put it into the respective directory. So let's have a look on where the Java. So after note that after, if you see you can go to the Explorer. So it is the other part, Explorer, and then so you see I just put it in Java here, so Java folders, and you see that the downloaded Java ones. So you just simply go there and then just click it and download and install the Java exe files, and that's all. And after when the installation is done, so you download it, just exe files, you just double click it and run it, the JDK by versions what you need, and then it's automatically, and then installation, after the installation is done, and then you can see where is Java is installed, or depending which directory you try to install the Java. So if you use Java install, you see that I have Java 7 versions, I have Java 8